Good evening.
Yeah.
All right. Um, I can see. Sir. Good evening. How you doing? Yeah. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, Victoria. How far now? My guy. Victoria, my boss. So Victoria pays my salary. And Victoria, how you doing? Hello, Victoria. Can you hear me? All right. Let's start the class then. So yesterday I met with some people who could make it, and they kind of told me why they want to take the class. But I want to know from everyone because it will help me teach the class quite well. Okay. Because I don't want to just give you generic examples and just teach you the traditional way. I want to know your backgrounds, and let's see how you can apply data analytics in your respective background. So, sir, tell me, why are you taking this course, and what would you love to do with the skill after you're done?
All right. Good evening again. So, yeah, my name is Nusa, and so I'm currently taking this course because I want to improve on myself, and I would also love to uh, become a trainer and also become a consultant as well. And however, I also have flair for data analytics in healthcare. That's healthcare data analytics. So, yeah, that's why I'm here to gain more exposure and more experience.
Okay, lovely. That makes sense. That teaching others really helps a lot, and it increases digital literacy amongst you know individuals and businesses. Omotayo, yeah, how about you? Same question.
Yeah, good afternoon. So, in my own case, I've been a little bit in the let me put it in the process world or engineering world for quite some time, over a decade. Currently transiting into tech, but actually coming to data analytics, it's currently I currently work more as a project engineer, and then I've been beginning to see that analytics plays a role in a role of reporting, displaying, and making decisions to stakeholders and all of that. Uh, and to the end goal, product management, which is my end goal. I need a lot of analytical knowledge. I need so it's one of those things I just had to scale up myself, and then that's why I'm coming for this course.
Lovely.
Thank you.
That's a good motivation. All right. Let's hear from Ibukun Oluwa, then we start, because I've heard from Victoria and Benos yesterday. So Ibukun, yeah.
Okay, hello everybody. So currently, I work as a warehouse manager in a construction company here in Kogi. So I do a lot of data work. So I'm trying to upskill myself. I'm trying to um, see how I can integrate tech into my work and see how I can achieve more things faster and get to understand the tech part of my industry. So that's the major reason why I'm doing this.
All right, lovely. Everyone have their different reasons why they are here, and they are all beautiful motivations. And this is going to be your drive, okay, from the beginning of this training to the end of the training. So And I try to tell everyone that I train that do not worry about the tools that will be used, because analytics has different tools, right? There are a lot of them. Like, I mean, they are quite, in fact, even in Octave, they're going to build one called Melody AI. So they told us, so it's not about being able to know how to use the advanced parts of Power BI or Excel, or having to use advanced DAX or advanced SQL. But how can you utilize all of these tools, all of these formulas to derive value from data and to solve actual problems? Not just any problems, the major problems that will save lives, that will save very high cost, that will help with operational efficiency, that will help with cost optimization, problem optimization. You know, as an engineer, you want to reduce cost and improve, quality, profit. In the business, you want to improve revenue, you want to improve customer satisfaction, you want to reduce time at all costs, definitely. I mean, there's no way that we want to use so much time. We want to reduce time uh, in any way possible. So to make our operations very efficient and to work optimally, we want to help our staff in our organization to understand themselves better. We want to know what our strengths, our weaknesses are. We want to do many things, and data helps us to do this seamlessly. But if we don't understand how it is done, no matter how good you are with the tools, you will feel left out. You'll feel unsatisfied. Because before we start, I will tell you that as a data analyst, nobody's paying you because you can do reports or because you can do dashboards. You guys have seen me say it several times. You are paid because you are solving problems, and that problems would translate to monetary benefits. For example, if you analyze a data on maybe sales or operations, to reduce cost, and you give recommendations on how cost can actually be really reduced, the cost that is reduced will translate to more profits for the company, right? And as a result of that, you are making money for the company. So it's not as if you're making direct cash like a salesperson, no. But due to your analysis and recommendation, they're going to make money. In fact, at the end of the day, everything still boils out to money. Whether you make your customers happy, whether you reduce cost, whether you reduce time, because time is money. So if you reduce time, you are increasing because time for response. For example, if you're working in the telecoms industry, those that picks our call, the amount of time to call, to pick the call and talk to customers, your credits are going. So the more time you spend, the more credits or data you use, and the more you spend, the more irritated your customers get, because customers want to ensure that their queries are answered in good time, which is very important. So as a data analyst, you can work anywhere and everywhere, oil and gas sales, banking and finance. You can work in agricultural field, you can work in the education field, sciences field. There is nowhere that do not generate data. I mean, we all know ChatGPT. ChatGPT is what it is today because of data generated by different fields, whether in music or in arts, everywhere. So there's no way you cannot work. Even in the library as a librarian, you can be a librarian and analyst where you can understand the preferences of your readers. So that if someone comes to your library, you know exactly what they want to read, because based on past data, you know that they like what horror books, or they like romantic books. You even tell them, oh, there's a new romantic book in town. Will you be interested? How did you know? Because of the data that you've gathered from the person previously. The person, anytime the person comes to get books from your library, you record the person name and the type of book, the genre of the book, the pages of the book, and you can even record the time the person uses to finish a book. There's a lot we can do with data. There's a whole lot, but people don't see the beauty of data analysis. They just want to just make money, and hence they forget the reason why they are in the field, and they just go and start knowing how to do Power BI and SQL, and then they will not get a job. And even if they do get a job, they will get frustrated in that job because they don't really get the full grasp of what they are supposed to do as a data analyst. And that's what you could do. At the end of this particular training, you will become a consultant, which means even if it is Deloitte or KPMG that you want to go working, whatever you want to go and do there, right? You can even do it for small businesses because KPMG and Deloitte, they consult small businesses and they make them big, which means if you work in Deloitte, you'll be assigned a client, which is a business owner, and you're going to be consulting their business so that their business can prosper, which means you don't actually have to be in KPMG or Deloitte to do the same thing for other businesses around you. For example, the Yamura that sells Amala in your junction, or the Malam that sells biscuits and sweets, or the small business, or even the barbering salon, or the hair salon, even if it is the small restaurants around you, even if it is a cyber cafe around you, you can say, okay, now that I have learned the skill, I have the power, I have the skill to make these guys become big. If only they know how to keep data. And one of the issues about small businesses in Nigeria is they don't keep data. But that is not an issue. Now that you know that that's the problem, what's the first thing you do if you want to help them? You help them to collect data. Use normal Excel and tell them, okay, as a business, you need to know the name of your customer, the time they came in, the transactional dates they came, what they came to buy, and how much they spent, and a means of reaching out to them, maybe their email or their phone number, so that you can keep data every day of the week, of the month, and then you can analyze at the end of the month who came more and who spent more and who you should call if they've not come for a long time, and other what operational efficiency planning, a lot of things. Okay, a lot of things. So we need to be open-minded and learn a lot on how you can use data analytics to help other people grow. See, as a data analyst, you are equipped with the skill to make people richer. And as a result, you become rich. So if you make your business, your company richer, make more money due to your recommendation, they will want to keep you and pay you more money. Do you understand? So big businesses did not grow by themselves. It was the employees that made them big. Whether you're a data analyst, data scientist, whether you are in sales, whether you're in graphics design, whether you are in marketing or you are in development, which is tech, you guys are working hand in hand to to build the company, and the company becomes big, makes a lot of revenue, and each of you get paid based on your contribution to that growth. So my name is Michael Ojo. I'm a data analyst and I'm a business general consultant. I've been consulting for like over 5 years now, and that's quite interesting, you know. And due to my experience, I've been through a lot. Really, I've been through different hell because I've seen different type of data in this life that, oh my God, I wish not to see my life again. And that's why whenever I teach data analytics, I want to let you know that in other places, they will tell you a statement that 80% of the time you're going to use to clean your data, and the remaining 20% you use to analyze the data. So you need to clean your data so that you can have a better analysis and better recommendation. And Michael Ojo is there to tell you that if you had collected data in the right format from the beginning, you will not need to clean data. So instead of using 80% to clean data, use that 80% to go and flex in a club, or go and have fun with your family, or go and stay in the beach or something, and the remaining 20% can be used for the analysis, right? Because of course, as a data analyst, the data might come to you dirty, but if you are going to help a business from scratch, there's something called data governance, which is what is the data we want to collect? Where are we going to collect it? Where are we going to keep it? How should we collect it? So basically you have to know what are the types of, information to be collected. Are they numeric? Are they categorical? How should we put it? How should they type it? Should they type it or select? Ensure you have those data governance and principles in place so that whenever you start collecting the data, you will not need to clean it anymore during analysis. Do you understand, guys? So all of those, there is no data analytics course. I will not tell you that. And Michael, just telling you different that if you meet yourself where you have to be the one to gather it in a way that you don't have to clean it where you are about to what? Analyze it. Because it is not, I tell people that think of data cleaning like cleaning toilets. Who wants to clean toilets for 80% of the time? But they now say it as if it should, it should be a norm. It should be a normal that you must clean data as data analyst. And some will tell you, let me teach you data cleaning, data wrangling, data this. They make it look so complex and big that you'll be like, oh, if you paid 150K, you know, you want to justify that money because of, you know, using big grammar to convince you. And they lie. They are all simple things. And even sometimes they themselves don't even know what they're doing. And that's the truth. Right. So for everything you learn, you need to know the definition of that thing. So let's start with the definition of data analytics. So what is data analytics? Of course, from definition, the term data analytics refers to the process of what examining data sets to draw conclusions about the information they contain. So because it is data analytics, of course, what you need is what data. So data is what you're analyzing. So the data can come from anywhere, can come from a process industry like Mr. Omota, which is from the process background, can come from the warehouse data from products and the rest. Maybe you're working in Jumia, Konga, or all of those shipping industry. You know, talking about logistics and inventory analysis. The data that you gather from there is data. Medicine, you know, immunosuppressive was interested in medical and health data. So, you know, understanding malaria, diseases, tuberculosis, you know, cold, understanding the relationship between headache, pain, body pain, and all to some diseases. You know, how would you know if someone has fever or typhoid or malaria? So the data from healthcare, from banking and finance, you want to know the profit and losses. You want to know balance drop in, balance drop over, balance somersault. You know, all of those things from the data. All right. If from education, you want to know the student's name, student performance, student grade. You want to know time of class, you know, length of class. You know, in sciences, maybe biological sciences or botany, you want to know the type of plant, color of the plant, how long it will grow. For example, in one of the most famous data set that people analyze is the iris data set, where you have to analyze the different characteristics of flowers based on their petal color, based on their length, their width, and stuff like that. So everything is data. Even in music, right? Length of song streamed, the artist name, the time it was released, the duration of the song, the number of fans that listen to it. These are data. So data is everywhere. So data analytics refers to the process of examining those data sets from wherever they come from to now draw conclusions about the information they contain. So data analysis techniques enable you to take that raw data that I have just explained and uncover patterns to extract valuable insights from it. So if you notice, there are now two words here. We have data analytics and data analysis. So some people would have started even kind of mixing them up. That what is data analytics or data analysis? Do you understand? So data analytics is the entire process. From the definition, it refers to the process. So data analytics is the entire process from the beginning to the end of the project. So from understanding the problem to solving the problem. So the entire process is called data analytics, CICS. But data analysis, SIS, on the other end, is just one step in that process. Let's say we have five process. Sorry, let's say we have 5 steps in that process. Out of the 5 steps, maybe the third step is data analysis. So don't confuse data analysis and data analytics. Analytics is like the entire thing, right? Data science is the study of data, so it's more, it's broader, like it's encompassing everything you can do with data science. But data analytics is a little bit narrower, right? In this case, we are working with historical data. That means data of the past, what has happened in the past. I was trying to understand why it happened and what we should do to prevent or improve anything at all. Do you understand? So that is the difference. So for data analysis, we have different techniques, and those techniques depend on the type of data you have. In mathematics, you know, we have X variable and Y variable, Y axis, X axis. Most times, in fact, every time, the value we are interested in improving, whether it's revenue, whether it's time, whether it's satisfaction, is always on the Y axis. So it's called a dependent variable because the change of that variable is dependent on the change of the X variables. So the X variables on the X axis are the independent variables, which are the variables that actually have an effect on the Y variables. For example, if you have a bad customer service, it's going to affect your what? Customer happiness. So customer happiness measured as maybe ranking your service, rate our services from 0 to 5 can be on the Y-axis to measure happiness. While on the X-axis can be, maybe time of response by your customer service. What I've just done is I have measured, I said customer happiness and bad customer service. So how do you measure bad customer service and how do you measure happiness of customers? You can measure happiness of customer by ratings, rate 1 star to 5 star, from 1 to 5, or ask them, are they happy? Yes or no. And on the X-axis, how can you rate customer service performance? It can be the time they use, it can be their behavior, it can be, a lot of things, right? So we want to pick, okay, let's use time to measure customer service performance, and let's use rating system of 1 to 5 star for customer happiness. So customer happiness rated by stars will be on the Y-axis, and then time of response will be on the X-axis. So what I'm saying is the change in time of response on the X-axis is what will affect the rank or the rating of customers. That's why Y is the dependent variable, because it depends on. So if you have lesser time, you of course are going to have more happy customers. But if you have more time spent, then you have what? More, less happier customer, which is not what we want. We want less time to give us more very happy customers. So we need to know what kind of data analysis technique we can use to, to work with that two types of variables. We have categorical variable and numerical variable. So how can we analyze these two variables together to solve the problem of customer satisfaction? And there are different techniques, and it depends on the type of data that is for the Y-axis or for the X-axis. So if you can understand type of data, it will enable you to determine which technique that you have to use, which will now let you analyze the data, and then that data will now be used to uncover patterns to extract valuable insights from it. Not just any insights, but valuable insight, which means whatever the insights you're trying to give us, it should be valuable. And value means let it bring money. Money, how can it bring money? How can it bring growth? How can it solve the problem? How can it bring more customers? And more customers makes more money. More customer retention makes more money. So whatever it is, the end product is still money. But then, there are different ways of making money. You can reduce costs, you can bring more customers, you can retain customers, you can, sell more. There's a lot you can do to bring money. But then as a data analyst, your recommendation must solve problems. And that is for the business. What about for research? For research, you might be interested in understanding different hypotheses, trying to validate hypotheses. Boys are better than girls. Boys are more likely to be successful than girls. Rich people are more likely to be stingy than poor people. These are normal stuff that is not really money, but then data will help you to what? Validate whether that statement is true or false. Okay. And in this case, you have to use statistics, right? Which is why I said as a data analyst, you need to know statistics, because it will help you to validate hypotheses, whether it's in business, whether it's in research. So when you do that, you'll be able to extract valuable insights from it. Any questions so far? Yeah, Benos, any question?
No question.
Even knows any question?
No, from my end, no.
Ibukun, how about you?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good. No question
Faith.
for now.
Faith, welcome. Good to see you. How you doing? Faith, what's going on? I can't hear you. All right, let's continue. Yeah, so let's go further. So data can be used to analyze several aspects of your process or your project or your problem, whatever case, or your company. All right. Number one, you can use data to find the biggest problems to focus on. What does that mean actually? So as a business, in fact, I'm not going to make anything imaginary. We'll use a lot of examples so that in fact, you must understand it to the core, because understanding is the key to problem solving. If you don't understand it, you can't solve it. That's as simple as that. You know, Albert Einstein said that if you have maybe if you have 10 hours to solve a problem, that is going to spend 8 hours understanding that problem, and then we use 2 hours to solve the problem. I mean, maybe, or if you have 60 minutes to solve the problem, you use 50 minutes to understand the problem, and then use 10 minutes to solve. But that one does not work in chemical engineering. You know, if you go and waste time to understand problem before you finish, they already ring bell for pens up. You know, so just start writing. You understand along the way. You know, there's some calculation in mathematics and chemical engineering that when you start at it, it can take you 5 pages. So if you go and calm down to go and be understanding the problem before you even start writing, they're very say time up. All right, but I mean, but that's not how it works in the real world. In the real world, you have enough time to kind of understand problems and then solve the problem. All right, so we can use data to find the biggest problem. So one of the major things that we actually really want to help some form of businesses in different industries to do is to make money. So let's say you have a problem. Someone comes to you, your clients, maybe all of you are independent consultants, and then you go and make a business and you ask them, what's your problem? And they tell you, we're not making enough money. We're not making enough money. Okay. They're not making revenue or enough profit. So why? Oh, customers are leaving their business. Customers are not happy. That's why they are losing revenue from that problem, because as customers leave, revenue will reduce. Okay, so so to make money, we need to make our customers happy and get them to stay. So what do? We start up a project and say, okay, we want to maximize customer happiness. I want to maximize customer retention. So we now have to ask, why are customers leaving then? We can ask the customers and they will tell us different reasons. Oh, your products are expensive. Oh, they're not quality enough. Oh, your customer service guys are rude. Oh, I found a new person that is close to me. Oh, the list can go on and on and on. So let's say you have 10 different causes why they are leaving. So that's the cause of the problem. Remember that the problem is customer happiness. They are leaving. So we want to let them to stay and bring more money. Now you are like, okay, well, now we have 10 reasons. 10 reasons from them that customers have told you as a consultant. Now tell me, which of them are your biggest problems? So out of the 10, which one should we focus on? Because we can't just start spending time on each of the 10. We have to know that, and if you don't even have data on your customers, how do you even know, what or why they are leaving? And even if you have the, I don't know, everything still boils down to data. So if you're trying to solve a problem in data analytics, as a consultant for businesses, and you don't even have data, then there's nothing you can do. So the very first thing is to gather data. Do you understand? Help them gather data. At least let them have their customers' data with them so that you can easily reach out to them and ask them these questions. So out of all the 10 courses, of course, based on the frequency of repeated courses, maybe customer service and affordability came in more than the rest of them, such as maybe competition, or maybe relocation, or maybe speed of delivery, maybe just those two out of. So that's why Pareto principle, which we probably have heard before, states that 80% of your problems can be attributed to 20% of the causes. So you can have 10 causes for your problem, which is customer happiness, but just 20%, which is just 2 out of the 10 causes are your actual headache. And that's what data will help us to find. What is that 2 major causes that we should focus on that will solve our problem? Because if you now realize that it is customer service and maybe affordability that's your issue, then you know that you have to focus on those two. So if you're able to solve those two very well, your problem will be solved to a very large extent, because that is like the major part of why you have that problem. So the rest cannot be looked into later. But if you don't know, imagine you're not focusing on competition. Oh, you have to do better. You have to put in more marketing strategy. Meanwhile, that's not even your problem. Your problem is the fact that your customer service in your company are rude. And it can be like that. You are the owner of the company, you hire people, you can be nice, you can be lovable, but you are not always around in your company or in your building most of the time. It's your employees that are there. So if your employees are rude to your customers, they will leave and you don't know. You understand? So if you now get feedback and they tell that, oh, your employees are rude, your customers are rude, then you know that, oh, you have to talk to them, try to empower them to be nicer, to smile often, or help them to go through a particular training to become better customer service agents. All right. So that's one thing the data can do for us. So the next thing is to kind of diagnose the current process. So let's say now, fine, you said it is customer service. That's the major problem. So you will start another project. You see, in the world of data analytics, problem no dey finish. When you solve one problem, it leads to another problem. That leads to another problem. So until you get to the root cause of the problem, which is what we call root cause analysis. So you are trying to diagnose why our customer service, what exactly are they not doing well? You now realize that, oh, their time of response is high compared to the threshold of your organization. Maybe for every query that a customer called, a day pass, it should not pass 30 minutes. And you are saying that, oh, based on, so you now gather data, which is the point 2, diagnose the current process. So you use data, to understand if all your customer service agents, let's say there are 15 of them, are meeting up with the benchmark of 30 minutes. And then you now saw from your data that, some are averaging 40 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, 50 minutes, some are, like 31, 22, some are like 28, 25. So there is this disparity, there is this variation, around your own metric, which is 30 minutes, that it must not be more than 30 minutes. Anything that goes beyond 30 minutes, because that 30 minutes was already determined from a pre-existing survey where customer says if it is 30 minutes, they will not be irritated. But once it is more than 30 minutes, they can get unhappy. So you don't want to pass 30 minutes, and your customer service are great. So now data has helped you to realize that, okay, so there's an issue with time of response. So now we have used data to diagnose the current process. The next thing you now do is to investigate the effects of an improvement. So remember that you're trying to solve customer happiness. So you're trying to improve customer happiness. But to improve that, you have to help your customer service agents become better at responding to them in good time. So you now think of putting them into a training that will help them get better. And you're like, okay, there's this organization, Octavia Corporation, that claims that, oh, if they train our customer service agents, they'll become better and they will answer customers lesser times. Okay, as a manager, would you just blindly put all your 15 customer rep into that training? Of course not. You might want to test if the company says, or if the company can do what they say they can do. So out of 15 of them, let's say you just put seven of you, and maybe the training cost 100,000 naira. That means for each of the 7, that is 700,000. So imagine you want to put all of them and you put 1.5 million, just like that. You don't want to waste money because you want to be sure that the training is effective. So, and that's why they investigate the effect of an improvement. In this case, the training is the improvement, right? So you now put just 7 of your customer service agents into that training. And after that 3 weeks of training, they come back, and now you now have 2 groups of customer agents, those who have undertaken a training and those who have not. And then you're like, okay, now let me now see if there is an actual difference between those that took the training and those that did not take the training, and let's see who will meet up with that threshold of 30 minutes for that particular time of response, or time of not response now, let us say time of yeah, response can be used, or time of delivery, anything, time is short time, right? But the benchmark here is 30 minutes, right? Don't exceed 30 minutes. That's the benchmark. And you now saw that, oh, those who took the training are below 30 minutes. You now gather new data to check, and you said that those that took the training are like between 28, 25, 20, 29, so below 30. And those that did not take the training are going above 30. So what does that tell you? Tell that, okay, wow, this training was effective because those who took the training had a significant difference in timing, than those that did not take the training. So as a manager, you will safely now put the remaining 8 of them into that same training, because when you put them into the training, you have rest assured that time will reduce, and if time reduce, customers will be happy, and then if customers are happy, they will be retained, and if they are retained, more money will come. So you see how far we have gone from the fact that the banks are not making money. We realize that the customers are not happy and they are leaving. We realize that it's customer service, and we realize again that it's time of response. They will now go from down to up. We put them into training. We improve time of response. Improved time of response led to more happy customers. More happy customers led to more retention, and more retention led to more revenue. Who's confused? I think Shama is confused. Shama, are you confused? Wait, so Shama did not join with audio. That means she cannot hear us. Let me find that. Oh, now Shama can hear us. I just knew, I saw that your mic was not close to you. So, Ibukun, Alpha, did you get my explanation?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. How about Venus? Venus, was it clear?
Yeah, loud and clear.
How about Faith? Was it clear? I can't even hear Faith, Sef. Okay, I can
Hello,
hear.
sir.
Oh, I can hear Faith now. How you did, Faith?
I did fine, sir.
So did you understand the example I just gave?
Very well, yes.
No, I mean, if you think about it, and guys, this is one of the main reasons why some small businesses don't grow. And you don't need to go and work in KPMG to help small. As a matter of fact, if you work in KPMG, you will not have the time to help small businesses. And KPMG do not even serve small businesses, because those small businesses cannot afford KPMG. That's why I said in life, it's good to aim high. But when you just go and start high like that, you'll be able to go low to help those really in need. Because those who can afford the service of KPMG, Deloitte, and the rest, are medium and large enterprises. But you can't expect someone who is saying Amala in the junction, who has a good shop that can actually collect data on customers, or a barbering salon, or a hairdressing salon, or a small pizzeria, maybe not as big as Domino's, but something small like what we have and Salado, Investor of Lagos too. Now these guys are just making money. They're just making money. That's what they know. But there's a lot of lost opportunities, lost potential, lost opportunity for growth, like money that should have been coming, because they don't even know all their customers. They don't keep customers. They don't retain customers. They don't even know who has gone or who has not gone. There's a lot that's going wrong. And with just this example, if you can just go meet a small business owner and say, look, I love your business and I want you to grow, but you cannot grow if you don't keep data on your customers. I can help you for free. Let me help you to keep data. And then you help them keep data every day, or you assign one of the boy or the servant or the worker there. Your job is to ensure that anybody that comes into this shop, you put down their name in this Excel format, put down the time they came in and the date, put down what they bought, put down how much they spent, and put down when they left, so that we can know total time in, time out of the customer, especially for those that are like in clinics or those that are in barber salons and the rest. And that's one of the things I want to help them do for Melody AI. Since they cannot afford data analysts, we have to help them because they have actually been away from this technology for a long time. And the issue, we are saying that Nigeria is not prospering. Meanwhile, those that should make Nigeria prosper, we don't even care about them. These small business owners, the small enterprises, they are over 90% of the entire economy, and just 10% are the big. So if 90% of the economy, which are small businesses, do not have the opportunity to use digital tools and data analytics to grow, how will the country grow? And those of us who have led data analytics, those of us will find a way to use our skills to help them. But because of the money we're looking for, we are going to go work in Chevron, KPMG, in Microsoft and Google and Amazon, so that we can just go and make money for ourselves and for our family. And we don't care about our neighbors or care about those that if we do help them, it won't just help us and them, but the entire nation at large. And we are complaining about lots of things. That's the only thing Nigerians are good at, complaining. I mean, that's the only thing we are good at. We are good at kind of putting the blame on somebody. And of course, that somebody is the government, right? We don't want to take full and they'll say, the country is shocking, it's shocking. We have to leave the country because the government will not allow you. Is it the government that will push you to go and help a small business or 2 or 3 of them to scale with your skill? And if they do scale, they will have money to actually pay you at the end of the day. I mean, if you can do what we say you can do as a data analyst to help them scale, and you actually really do help them scale, they will make the money that they will pay you from. All right, except you don't even know what they are doing. So, and which is what is happening everywhere. I have seen people that say they can sell. Hey, come and sell. They are asking for a base salary. I mean, if you know you can sell something, come and sell. When you sell, get the money from the sales you made. But they are not confident in their sales skills, and that's why they will not agree to, getting the payment after they've sold, because they themselves know that they are booing you. They cannot sell. I mean, if you are sure, it's not like me. If I say I want to go for sales, I will not ask for any base salary. I will understand your business. I will understand how your product is helping to solve the problem, and I will reach out to your customers and I will sell to them. And from the sales, I will get my pay. I mean, I've done several projects for people, and I don't even ask for down payments. I get the project done, and they love it, and they pay me. What if they pay me and I didn't get the project done, and it's irrefundable? It's crazy out there. Actually, in Nigeria, we have lots of different people who think they have skills that can be used to help, but then they don't know how to use it. And that's why I don't want anybody that passes through Octave Corporation to be like that. I mean, after the training that you've taken, you should be able to do what you are supposed to do, which is to solve problems using your skills, right? Don't be like others that are looking for base salary to work. If you put in the actual work and you do it quite well, you will make the money. You will define your own salary. So if as a salesperson, I tell you, you will get 15% on every sale you make, and your products are like 50, 100,000 naira. Imagine I sell to 10 persons, that is 500,000 naira, right? I'll get 15%. If I sell to 100 persons, that's 5 million naira. And 50%, like over, take about over 750,000 naira on that sales. But people are just, they don't, well, to me, I don't feel like they don't know what they are doing. Sure. That's what I would say. Now, so one of them came and he sent me a proposal recently. I want to come and be sales in Octave. I said, I know what I'm like, come and sell now. So you have to pay a base. Pay what? See, I'm not paying you shish. If you can sell, come and sell. And from that sales, I'll pay you. But if you are thinking I'll give you any down payment, you are Johnson. I told her, don't stress me. Just come and sell and take your money or go. That's the only offer I have for you. You can't say you can sell and then you're coming to ask for base salary. What's that? I mean, if you can sell, we can give you money for data and maybe for credit, get on to call customers and all, but not like I'm paying you salary and you're not selling. It doesn't really make sense to me at all. So now, what other benefits of data analytics do we have? For example, it helps us to make improved, decisions. Just like the manager who now, because think about it, if the training that we put in, that we put our customer service agents into was not effective, let's say those who kind of took the training, there was not really any difference with those that took the training, right? What does that mean? It means that the training was not effective. Hence, it would be stupid for the manager to put the rest of them into the training. But what's the good thing here? The good thing is that assuming they had put everybody into it at the start, it would have lost more money. You understand? But it's good that you lost the 700K, right? But now it will make a good decision not to ever in his life approach that company again and find a better company that has better track records, right? But now that the training was effective and the rest of the 7 were very okay, and they are going, they are meeting up with the threshold of 30 minutes, it can safely decide to put in the remaining 8 people and pay what the remaining 800,000 naira, which is show off that it will become beneficial to the company. And that is what, data helps us to do, helps us to make improved decision making. Also for more effective marketing. For example, we want to know which of our marketing channels are more effective, or want to know our customers better to give them personalized, services and what marketing. So data helps us for this. And you guys must have filled forms, and then you hear things like, where did you hear us from? Where did you hear this training from? This. So they're asking this because what if they did a kind of paid advertisement on WhatsApp, Telegram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram? They want to know which of them was effective so that if they know, they can make a decision to do away with the ones that are not effective and focus on the ones that are working fine for them. So they will reduce the cost that you have to keep putting into. That's why I don't like paid ads anyway. We've not done anything like paid ads and Octave because we believe in organic marketing. Go and meet the customers, talk to them, and get them to pay. You can be, putting shortcuts and be putting paid ads. Ads that when you do it, now people will just sign up but will not pay. You have to go and meet customers and talk to them and understand their pain points and see how you can help them and serve them. Don't go and start doing paid ads up and down. You understand? Except it's a normal. In fact, if I want to do paid ads, it won't be because I want to sell. I'd rather do paid ads for a free event, maybe for a free training or for a free party or for a free something, than having to, do paid ads for a, that's something that has to be paid for. Because if I do sponsored ad for what is free, those that will register will come for free. But if I have to do sponsored ad for those that for a paid program like our data analytics program has to be paid for, there's no assurance that people that register will pay last. So I've wasted money already. So you understand? So more effective marketing, data helps us to understand our customers, help us to also know which of the marketing channels that we have used is more effective so that we know the ones that we can use in future. Better customer service, of course, like we just did right now. So if you can understand your customers and you get feedback from them, you would know where they are, where you are lacking behind, and you can tell your customer service that, oh, this particular person calls, this is, because you have data on each of your customer. So if your customer service guys can quickly go through the profile of who is calling, they know exactly how to relate with them. They know how to make them happy. For example, if you know that your customer is a Burna Boy fan, you can even tell them, have you heard of this Burna Boy song now? You'll be happy. There's a friend of mine, JP, that guy loves Burna Boy to the core, and the diehard fan. So just go on. In fact, if JP is your customer and it comes to your shop, just tell your DJ to play Dangote, 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 Serifa. If you just play it, JP will come to shop every day of his life because he wants to hear Dangote. And that's what That's basically what data can do for you. I mean, if you understand your customers deeply, you'll be able to get them to stay with you. And you don't want to be a business owner that does not care about your customers. You need to care about them. You need to give them what they want and get them to stay. And you need to make life easy for yourself by not really having to go and ask them. Just keep data on them. That's it. And if you have an app, a website, it makes it much more easier to keep data and kind of supervise and monitor your customers, just like what Netflix does, right? And other places like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. So Netflix will use data from your previously watched movies and genres, and then when you open the app again, you'll see movies that you feel like watching. Wow, wow, wow! It's not because of magic, no. They have studied you. They know the length of movies you like to watch and the type, whether it's horror film or romance or sci-fi or adventure. And then next time they will give you such movies with the same characteristics because you will likely watch those more than others. And then that's how they make their money, because the more personalized they make their recommendation, the more watch view, or the more runtime they get, and more runtime means more money for them, right? So for more efficient operations, putting all of this together, efficiency basically means putting something less to get something more, like low cost, more profit, low risk, high returns. So efficiency in operation is like understanding, how to reduce time, how to reduce costs, and to maximize good things like profit, happiness of customers, satisfaction, and many other things, right? So data helps us with that. So any questions so far? I've spoken so much. Shama, any question?
Not at all. Fine.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am.
Are you sure? Sure.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Victoria, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Good evening.
Are you there?
Are you there?
Are you understanding everything?
Yes, I understand. I was just going to say something. When you were talking about sales, can you hear me?
I'm with you.
Okay, so I don't know. I was just thinking that there are some businesses that actually needs maybe a period of time for it to pick up. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, right? So
Okay.
I mean, they cannot just come and start making sales almost immediately. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're very much correct. Sales is a process. I mean, I tell sales because I teach digital marketing, right? And I tell marketers that when you are trying to market or sell, that you must have sold 2 weeks, or in fact sometimes 2 months before the actual transaction, which means you must have been nurturing a particular relationship. You've identified your customers, you found out where they are from, know what they like, and you have started making friends with them before you even go and even put down any products to them. I mean, that relationship and trust, that initial trust is needed. So it's not as if you are all these MTN sellers, all these SIM card, or bank come and register for us, sharp, come and do. No, that's not how sales work. That's the type of sales. So it's a quick and short-term sales. But long-term sales is you want to not just get them to buy once, but you want them to buy forever until they die. There is a model in data science called buy till you die model. It's called customer lifetime value, which means if your product is for 10,000 naira and a customer comes once a month to buy, that means the customer will bring 120 million to your business in 1 year. So if the customer does business with you for 10 years, that's 10 years times 120, 1.2 million naira in 10 years, as long as you keep that same customer for that 10 years. That's if your 10K does not increase to 20K or 30K, right? My point is, if you lose that customer in the second year, you are going to lose that potential 1.2 million naira that would have been coming to you, and you would have lost the money that you used to acquire customers. As a matter of fact, there's some costs at that are put in place for customer retention. Some companies go as far as buying their customers, their best customers, birthday cakes. Some go as far as buying them cards and the rest. Some go as far as calling them. Each of those things cost money. So you don't want customers to leave your business. That's what people need to understand. Because even if you do paid ads, you spend money. Even if you don't do paid ads, you use data, you use time, you got them to come and buy, and then you're letting them to go for free. For where? You should not go. You owe their bill tight, so you must stay until you die, and you will not die in Jesus' name. You will not tell them. So that's how sales work. You need to get customers to stay for good, and data helps you to get that done. So thank you, Victoria. Yeah. So sales, especially those of us that are in real estate. Real estate, for someone to be able to afford 1 million, 5 million, 10 million, 100 million to buy a land or buy a house, you can't just get them on the streets like that. Like I said, you are selling a SIM card. You need to foster someone like me now. My new church now, they are billionaires there. So if I want to go into real estate next year, right, I will start making friends with them from this year. I will know their children from there. I'll go to their house, I'll eat their rice. They will like me. They will, my kid is a good boy, and I trust him. So next year, when I enter real estate, I go and sell to them. Oh, is it my kid? Give me 2 plots of land. Give me 5 plots. So they don't have to be looking for who is Michael or be doing a background check on me. They know me already as their friend. They know me already as someone that they trust. So if I have to sell to them, it's way more easier than selling to a new person. And that's what Nigerians don't understand. And it requires a level of patience. Some sales process can take up to 1 year. 1 year. You have to nurture the relationship for over a year before that trust can be so solid. And that's why most times they say that those who are most likely to hurt you are your friends. I mean, if your enemy, if you know that it's your enemy, you can protect yourself because you are sure of the enemy. But your friend is more likely to poison you faster than your enemy because, I mean, you trust this guy, just like what happened recently when that lady was killed by her boyfriend. So it is your family member and your friends that are more likely to hurt you faster than a stranger, because if it's a stranger or an enemy, you'll be much more skeptical to accept or to trust them. But a friend has been trusted already, and it is easy for that particular person to be used to harm you, right? And that's why it's good to keep friends, but don't keep too many friends, you understand? Because some friends like money, and if someone wants to come on, so hope you get my gist, everybody. Benos, did you get my gist?
Yes, boss.
Yeah. Right. Faith, you change your name as Faith. Is that you?
Yes, sir.
Faith. But yeah. All right then. So let's now move on to one of the most important parts of this training. And after this part, you understand. In fact, at this point in time, just call yourself, consultant. As a consultant, you don't even need to know how to use Power BI, Python, Excel. Some people's job are just to understand data, the problem, data governance. You don't even need to learn any tools. You already have someone like me now, I only use the tools when I teach. But in real life, I was just assigned to one of the interns in Octave. Oh, yeah, you take, go and do it. You take and do it. Which means most of the times I don't even do much work, But it's only when I'm teaching like this, it's when I will now have the time to really now work on something with my own hands on Power BI, on Tableau, on Excel. So my point is, as a data analyst consultant, you might not even have the time to even use those tools. But most of your problem, most of your role will be to understand the problem, understand the type of data that is needed to be collected, and then knowing how to solve the problem. And then you give your guys under you to solve that, to work on the data, to give the reports, and then from their reports, you yourself as a consultant will now give the recommendation to your clients. So have you used anything that? No, but of course it takes time, and it takes a good number of years to get to that level of understanding. Now, of course, you have to work your way up there. So what do consultants know? Exactly what I'm going to tell you right now. The very first thing is to define the problem, right? If there is no thing in this life, even when we are giving birth to, the moment you have come out of your mother's womb, there's already a problem already to be solved, because waiting you could chop, how you could take go school, pampers, Cadillac, problem to your cornea, you understand? So there's nothing in this life that does not have an even if you want to graduate, I mean, let's say you want to be a graduate of chemical engineering, you've defined the problem, all right? Oh, let's say you want to work in oil and gas. And to work in oil and gas, you have to graduate from what? Chemical engineering. So your problem now is working in oil and gas. What is the solution? Graduate from what? Chemical engineering. What's the process? You have to go to primary school, secondary school, you have to pass your exams, you have to pass your WAEC, you have to do JAMB, you have to enter maybe any school, you have to do first semester examination, 100 level, 200 level, 500 level examination, you have to pass your final examination, and then you have to do your NYC, and you can see the process just because you want to get to work in oil and gas. And that's how life is generally. So let's now break it down to normal business and research problems. Define the problem. I mean, if you want to make life easy for you in this field of data, you need to understand the problem fully. What is the problem you are trying to solve? I will already give one example using the customer happiness and all. How about we use another example using customer churn? So in this example, we are saying that customers are leaving our business. So you just, as a consultant, you just see a business owner coming to meet you. Sir, come and help me, oh, people are leaving my business, so I don't know what to do. So that's how it will sound like in real life. But as a data analytics consultant, you would translate that into a data analytics problem. So, okay, it means that customers are churning, they're leaving a business. So what should she do? And what is the problem here? Customer churn. So what is the solution? Reduce customer churning. So that's like the problem statement. So we want to reduce customer churning. How? We don't even know yet. What we shall know is that we want to reduce customer churn. Good, you have defined, you don't know how you will solve it yet though. Like, let's not talk about the solution first. Let's understand the problem. The problem is that customers are leaving the business. So we want to reduce the number of customers leaving. We want to get them to stay. So you can either say you want to maximize customer retention, or you want to reduce customer churn. Now that you've understood that clearly, the next thing that you have to do is to do what? Collect the data. Now, the very next thing you do is make your research. Why customers they come out, first of all? Why are they leaving? You ask your stakeholders, why are they leaving? Ask the customers, why are you leaving? Ask the service, the customers, why are you leaving? Ask your manager, ask everybody that's to do with your company, why are they just leaving? And then you get different data and responses. Let's say it's a logistics business, and someone will tell you, the time of delivery is always late. They come later than expected. Some will say, when they come, the parcel is always breaking, so that quality of delivery, there's time of delivery and there's quality of delivery, and quality of delivery might be about a package. Some package might be, we've seen, but sometime this week I saw an accident, and not fatal, just normal accident, but the package that the rider was holding was all on the ground, scattered. So it's not safe anything happened, no injury, but that package has been destroyed, and the customer will not be happy, because if they want to repackage another one, time and quality. So another one can be maybe different things. So let's say we have about different reasons. But my point here is you have to collect data pertaining that problem. So you might be given different data sets in real life. Don't worry about those things. Just pick the ones that are pertaining to the problem to be solved. That's it. You might have 7 data sets, 10 data sets, not everyone might be important. I have seen several different data analytics reports. They will fill their reports with different charts. Line chart here, bam, bubble chart here, area chart here, scatter plot here. What exactly are you trying to communicate to me? Because the data, your dashboard should not have too many visuals. You should have the visuals that will only, although there are different types of dashboards, strategic, tactical, operation, I will get there. But my point is, if you are to make a presentation to, let's say, a set of managers, they don't have your time to be giving them different numbers of charts. Go straight to the point. Even if it's just 3 charts, let them understand it and let them know how the problem is solved. So data collection comes next. And when you do, remember that I told you that you should try not to collect data in a way that you have to, doing the cleaning. But let's follow traditional way. You will still have to clean the data last. So because most of the time, for example, some people that you are getting the data from might not know how to spell. Where's your country? What country are you from? You see Lagos, you see Akure, you see Ibadan. Country, and that's why most of the times now, people are not allowed to type in country. You just see a drop-down list and you pick your country. Because I don't even know what country is. Some don't even know how to spell Nigeria. Some will spell Nigeria. Some will spell it in different ways. So all of these are data governance principles. How do you ensure that you reduce inconsistencies in your data and make your data much more cleaner before even, taking it out for. So, but then last, you see, or even if it's you have to clean it, it shouldn't take you much time. So in real life, they say 80% of the time is used on data cleaning. But you don't really have to spend as much as that if you, at least let it be just 20%, right? So out of 100%, 20% cleaning, 20% analysis, and 60% flexing. I like to flex. I've seen it on my status. I like going out a lot for parties and all. And that's because I like soft life. So I like to do things the most convenient ways as possible as I can. So you don't want to spend so much time cleaning. If you are opportune to get the data yourself, do yourself a favor to gather it in a way that will reduce time for cleaning. But unfortunately, you might not be in charge of data collection. So you'll be given a bad data from the onset, and hence you have to clean for a long time. Except there is a better data governance where you can go and tell those that will collect data, say, that means know what is doing you and ensure that you get data the right way so that you don't come and stress me. Because in a big organization, there are different roles. There are data engineers, data scientists, data analysts, and the rest. So your role might not be data collection because you're a data analyst, but you want to have that communication between that department that will collect data and let them know how to collect it to make life easy for you. So after you clean the data that have been collected, then you now analyze the data. So remember our first definition of the data analytics, which is the process of examining data sets to draw conclusions about the information they contain, and then we use data analysis techniques. That data analysis now this is the point. So this is step 4. So I said data analytics is the entire process of the analysis, right? Everything from definition to problem solving. But data analysis is just one step, which is this step. So it is after you've defined the problem, you have the data, and then you collect it, you now have to analyze. So the actual data analysis is a step of that process called data analytics. So data analysis is here. Rather you know how to do your normal chart, your pie chart, your bar chart, you do statistical analysis, you do ANOVA, chi-square, logistic regression, linear regression to understand different relationship between different data and different variables. That's step 4. And after you are done, from there, you have gotten the insights and the reason why this occurred and this did not occur. And at the end of the day, you visualize and share your findings. So remember that we were trying to reduce customer churn. So after you understand that, oh, it is because of time of delivery and quality of delivery, you clean data, you now analyze, you understand why we are having more time delivery. Is it hold up? Is it accident? Is it from the source of the food, or maybe from the, I don't know, anything, you shall analyze, and then when you now visualize, you visualize it very clearly, and then you share your findings that, oh, the reason why we are spending so much time is because of this and that. So if you can do this and that, it will reduce the time. So that when we reduce the time, customers can be happy, and then they don't leave the business. That is what your job is as a data analyst. You don't have to go and start giving us different fine arts. You know, you're not a fine artist or data board, dashboard artist. You know, some people are, to me, some people are dashboard artists because that dashboard are very, very fine. Very fine. But what problem has it solved? Nothing. That's a waste. That's a waste of time. And I don't like waste of time. So that's why I don't used to indulge in all those data visualization challenge. To me, I see that as fine arts challenge left to me. You know, it's good to build your portfolio, but don't build portfolio with ordinary visualization. Build it as a full-time project. This is the problem definition. This is how the data was gathered. This is the data analysis. This is the visualization, and this is the recommendation. That's how your project in your portfolio should. That's the structure. You know, put it like a defense. I'm sure you must have done project defense. When you have your abstract, you have your problem, you have your solution statement, you have your methodology and results, and then you have conclusion. That's how your project should be aligned and structured in your portfolio. Not that this is the visual of this, visual of that. It's crazy out there, you know, it's quite crazy. They think life is simple. Life is not simple, even for a data analyst. You know, when you start working as a data analyst, you'll see some data going, you praise the Lord. You know, and you'll say, God, what kind of life is this? I mean, I came to life to live, and then I'm seeing this kind of data. What should I do? I'm telling you the facts, guys. You know, I've seen some data that, you know, we have to start afresh to get new data. After how many years of establishing that company, I had to give them an entire new data structure and data dictionary, because we could not do nada with what they had at all. All right. I mean, we couldn't even try to even correct it. We have to scrap it totally and start afresh. And that's how bad it can be in real life. All right. So what then? Oh, IBK, you raised up your hand. What's up?
Okay, I wanted to ask a question. Will you give us an example on this data analytics process? An example like, will you give us a project topic or a project name, then go through the whole process from to defining of the problem to collection of the data, how you collected the data on the project, how you cleaned the data on the project, how you analyzed the data on the project, how you were now able to come up with your findings and your conclusions. Will you give us an example of such
No,
projects? That's what I wanted to find out.
I won't give you an example. I'll give you multiple examples. I mean, that's why I'm here. This is a project-based training. So this particular part of the training is the beginning, is the preamble. When you start projects, yourself, you know that yes, you are in training. You're going to do up to 5 projects with me personally. KPMG, Essential, PwC. You're going to do Tata too, and I might give you maybe JP Morgan and Chase, and you do a project in Excel, you do a project in SQL, you do a project in Tableau, you do a project in fact, just enjoy yourself right now, because very soon, you would have to do a lot of work. So don't worry, because the only way to grow is to work on difficult things, and that's the truth. Don't get too comfortable. All right, don't get too comfortable. Work on difficult things. The more difficult things you embark on, the better you get, the much more confident you are, the much more refined your skills are. I mean, I'm just good today because of what I've seen, in real life projects. There's some projects that should have taken me just 2 hours, but it took me 2 months because I didn't understand what I was doing. But then over the years, I got better, right? And then it took me lesser time to understand problems, and then I can get it done, in lesser time. So it's only possible if you subject yourself with a lot of pressure, with a lot of task and a lot of projects, and you just keep on going and going and going to the point whereby there is nothing that will be new to you anymore. Do you understand? And that is where you would have known that you yourself, Gong, you have value, and you know how to devalue yourself at any point in time. All right. So let's continue. So why data insights? Why are they important? All right. So data insights are knowledge that an individual or company gains from analyzing sets of information pertaining to a given situation, a topic, a phenomenon, whatever it may be. And it is used to help businesses make informed decisions and reduces the risk that comes with trial and error testing methods. So my point here is trial and error is a very dangerous way of doing things in life, And let's try this in work. Let's try this in work. You're wasting time. I think there's a party going on somewhere. So sorry for the noise. Right. So my point here is this, that data analytics helps you to remove that trial and error. And data insights are basically that knowledge that you get after you analyze the data, and it give you that particular information to make informed decisions. All right. So why are they important then? So basically, information from data is transactional, while insights from data, if derived correctly, is transformational. So this means that information such as maybe so have to give me 1 minute. Let me change my location, please.
Mr. Michael, I don't think the noise that you're concerned about is even loud enough, because I'm using earphones to listen and I can't hear any noise. I just thought that would help.
Yeah, same here.
All right, let's continue then. Thank you for that. I was quite I didn't want to let any noise disturb anybody here. Thank you for that. So like I was saying, I said insights are important. You need to understand the differences between information and insights. So information from data is transactional. Example is we made this amount of money today, this month, we had the number of customers. Those are transactions. You're not saying what has happened, right? But insights, if derived correctly, are transformational, which means if you understand why something happened, we can know what we're doing well or what we're not doing well. And if you're able to put in those information and make better decisions, we'll have a form of transformation in the business, maybe growth of the business, or reduce cost, more profit, more happiness, more retention, right? So information is just transactional data, but if you get insights, so you can't just come and tell us that hey, you made this amount of money from your dashboard. No, you want to tell us why we made that amount of money. And in point two, you would see that information from data is more like a summary of what is happening, which is just normal transactions, what's happening. But insights will tell us why they happened. Why is it happening? Oh, we are losing customers and we don't have this. That's just, but why? Oh, we are losing customers because of this and that. Those are insights. So we can know what to do to stop customer churning, to stop that problem. All right. So insights helps us derive tangible action items that we can employ to derive great business or financial value. What does this mean? At the end of the day, they've taken a lot of well, that's good for them. Now, at the end of the day, they brought it back. So at the end of the day, insights will help us to know what to do what actions you have to take to derive great business or financial value. Last, now money, there's nothing except it is research or science based. But when it comes to business, now money, at the end of the day, let your recommendation bring money. That's just it. Because they will not pay you if you don't bring money. So bring money, guys. And if you have the skills to bring money, I mean, that makes you an independent money maker. I mean, if you help me make money, I pay you out of the money that I make. So don't be an analyst that after this training, you can't be carry your CV up and down. You're looking for a job. You can employ yourself as an independent analyst and start building for people. And at the end of the day, if you now want to apply for a job, you will not need to see that you have experience. You've had experience, you've helped people go from 100,000 naira per month to 1 million to 5 million per month of their revenue because of your work, of your, you know, if employers see such track record, they are rest assured that you know what you are doing. Employers don't really used to employ newbies again. So it's not left for newbies to understand the skill well and go and volunteer their skills for 3-6 months to make and get results, and then use that experience to apply for better jobs to get a better pay. So that particular volunteering process and helping other small businesses. As a matter of fact, do you know that if you now keep on with that stuff and you are seeing that you are helping businesses and they are growing and they are paying you out of it, you will see that the money you'll be making will be much more than whatever they will pay you in KPMG. Imagine being, and then you're not going to have your consultancy. You want to say something that you'll be NOSA consult, or we'll see IBK consultancy, which means, and we need a lot of such people like that, and a lot of consultants in Nigeria, because our major sector, which should be bringing in prosperity in the nation, are not, we're not paying so much attention to them. And it's not their fault because they didn't even have the money to afford us. Because now, after this training, you now have a skill where you have to be paid nothing less than 150 to 200K to 500K per month. And these guys don't have the money to pay you. So the least you can do for them is to let them pay you some stipends, or you do it for free for them. But the point is, if you are able to help them, they will make money. And from that money that they made, they will definitely pay you from it. You understand? And that is cool. That's cool. Right? That's very cool. So an independent consultancy is quite lucrative for a data analyst. And let me tell you guys something today. After this training, don't go about calling yourself data analyst, because it basically means you don't know what you are doing. Data is generic. So every places, every business, every industry, gathers data. So you don't want to call yourself data analyst. Rather, call yourself sales analyst, financial analyst, inventory analyst, process analyst, business analyst, business consultant. Don't just call yourself data analyst. Why? Because it means that you are a generic person, you don't know what you are doing. You need to apply it to a particular field. So if like Omotayo now, who is in the process field, is done with this training and he now applies data analysis in oil and gas, that makes him energy analyst, process analyst, because you're the kind of data you're analyzing is what from the process industry, all exploratory data sets, from the field, the pressure, temperature, height of the colon, viscosity, and that is the issue I have with many tech talents today. They will go about and say, oh, I was in medicine, now I am now a data analyst working in Microsoft. You wasted 8 years of your life studying medicine to just go and study and learn data science in 2 months, and then you now change your entire career. That does not make sense. Why not be a data analyst in the medicine world and help solve even larger problems, because you will be in the best position to solve such problems because you're already in the field. You are just equipped with a new skill to do much more and better work. Who gets my point? IBK, do you understand me?
Yes,
I
yes,
get
yes, I
it.
understand you perfectly well. Yes.
I mean, yeah, I'm also a musician, just like Mr. Ben was here. I play the pipe organ, right? So if I am going to be doing data analysis in the church as a music person, that makes me a music analyst. So I want to understand all my sopranos and the frequency in which they sing, and and see how I can help them become better. Let me know which of them, who can hold their breath longer, and let me know how to make our music much more better. So there's a way I will measure quality of music by understanding these different concepts. And that makes me a music analyst. And I am much more skilled than an ordinary organist, because unlike other organists that don't just come and play the notes and just play anything, I know how to refine the quality of our music through data. Benos, are you feeling me?
Of course, makes sense.
Right. So now, last, we are trying to solve problems. All right. So let's look at more this. So how do we turn data to actionable insights? Of course, you have to measure the right things. So this means that if you have understood your problem, the next thing is to, they're saying that you cannot solve what you cannot measure, which means whatever the problem is, find a way to measure it. Example, when we said we want to help with customer satisfaction, how did we measure satisfaction? We basically use a rating system. It rate us from 1 to 5 stars. But like that, we have measured customer satisfaction. So measure something so that you can be able to what? Solve it. If you can't measure it, you cannot solve it. But then don't just measure anything. Measure stuff that are directly related to the particular problem they are trying to solve. So measure the right things. Ask the right questions to stakeholders. You keep on saying the question right. Because if it's not right, you are doing the wrongest things and you will not solve that problem. Ask the exact question. How do you ask the right questions? Of course, understand the problem. So whatever question you ask should be around that particular problem. All right. So use segmentation to drive action. What is segmentation? You can also call it classification, trying to separate things based on different features. For example, if you are a book writer and you write on different types of books, right? You definitely want to segment your readers based on the type of book they like. Some may like romance, some may like action, or some may like what? Maybe adventure. So segmentation means trying to understand what people like and kind of segment them in the different places. Like this one likes red, this one like blue, this one like orange. So everybody that likes red, go here. Everybody that like blue, go here. Everybody that like pink, go here. So that you can give them what they want at the same time. So how would you know who likes what if you don't keep data on each of them? And that's what Netflix does. When they keep your data, all of you will be in the same spot, and then all of you that like action will be given the same recommendation. All of you that like Korean film will be given the same word. They don't have the time to be giving you, although yes, it's personalized, but not truly personalized. All of you are in a particular bucket. For example, if I'm to do email marketing and I write on different blog topics, Michael Ojo likes anything data related, data science, machine learning. So if you send me things on maybe design, graphic design, and the rest, I will not open the mail because I'm not interested. So you want to send me emails that I am interested in. Hence, you want to check my previous articles. And based on my previous articles, I read a lot of data related articles. And next time, send me data related articles forever, so that I will keep clicking on that link forever, and I'll be happier and be expecting more from you. And that's the essence of segmentation. to help with much more personalized marketing, and that will help drive bigger action. All right. So of course, use clear visualization to convey your message. What does that mean? Don't use very complex visuals. Come on, guys. Your visualization is supposed to pass a message. It's supposed to solve a problem. So once, in fact, if you need to explain your dashboard to do the trying to present to, you've done a bad job. It's not like a joke. If you have to explain a joke, it's a bad joke. So use simple visuals. Use the traditional bar chart, pie chart, scatter plot. Don't go and be using reader charts. Like I say, this triangle mean that this bigger. No, use something except you're going to do fine art. Fine, go and do fine art somewhere. But if you're trying to communicate to stakeholders, you have to understand the audience. Are they technically inclined? Are they business inclined? You know, so you can know how you will tweak your presentation and give them what they will understand. So that when they see it, you don't even have to explain much. They know what they are looking at. All right. So discover the context of your data set. In fact, this is very important, guys. It's because different places we have different data. In the medical world, most times temperature is measured in what? Degree centigrade. But in engineering, most times temperature is measured in Kelvin. So if you see data and they tell you this column is temperature and there is no units, how would you know if it is centigrade or if it is Kelvin? Very simple. Ask whoever gave you that data. Joe, this temperature, what unit? This time, is it in seconds? Is it in minutes? Is it in days? Is it in months? Or is it in years? This thing, what does it mean? What does it stand for? Understand each of your, if you don't understand it, not go and do nonsense. Okay, that finished now. Because whatever you will do from that point, if you know there are some there was this course that I did in in year 5, CHG 535. It's called transport phenomena, and there is something called multi-component distillation, where we have to do trial and error to kind of get the boiling point and dew point of different components that we're trying to separate from the separator, right? Whether through flash distillation or the rest. But then the point I'm trying to make here is the calculations can be as long as over 3 pages. But if you miss the first step, every other thing that you have done is wrong. So the lecturer will tell us, if we first check our first steps and our values, if even if it's just one value in that table, if it is wrong, then there's nothing else that is correct. So just take your 1/100 and be going. They will not check any other thing. You know, some lecturer can be quite lenient. I want to give you mark for understanding it. Come on, not be engineering. No. In engineering, there is no room for mistake, because the moment you make a mistake, there are lives endangered. The moment you make, in fact, most times our decimal points are in 4 decimal places, because we want to get the actual number. We do, look, 1.5 is different from 1.6 in engineering. That's a fact. 1.5 is different. No matter if it's just 0.1 difference, it's big. The only time we will say it is negligible when it is 0.001. We cannot say it is negligible. But 0.1 is too much. It's too much of an error. All right. Even in statistics here, the error we are going to accept should not be more than 5%. So out of 100% of error, there should not be 5%, which means if we want to make a claim that a statement is correct, and I put test as correct in statistics, whatever it is, we must be 95% confident that's correct, which means we only have room for 5% error. So I have 0.05. Once it is more than that, or even if it is 5% or more than that, it means that we are not going to accept that is correct and we reject. But if it is less than 5% error, then we can say, okay, yes, it is correct. And that is what you need to understand about context. If you don't understand the data that is given to you, better go and ask and understand the data. That's why when you are given the data, don't just start analyzing. Play around with it. Understand the variables, understand what they mean, understand their units, understand where they came from. Is it on the warehouse? Is it from the financial department? Is it from oil and gas? Is it from finance? Is it from education? Is it from sciences? Understand the background, the source of the data. It's it is easier to start analyzing if you understand all of this. So understanding is key, and when you do, you will have a very soft life and very enjoyable experience in analysis. So make sure to establish context for the data you are seeing. What do this number mean? Are they important? Does it really affect your business? And very importantly, how is the data collected? Why? Because the tool you are going to use is just a tool. Garbage in, garbage out. So if you don't care about where you got the data from and it is wrong, that means whatever you do that looks correct is totally wrong. Any questions so far? Even sir, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm okay.
Do you have an engineering background?
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh, so what I was saying now, you're like what's in this man to talk, have you?
Not really. Yeah, but it's okay.
I really like engineering, but engineering is one of the most simple courses you can ever learn, Do you know that I prefer to solve very difficult mathematics than to read all those books that all the lawyers to read. Like I'm always afraid saying that I have to read all those big law books, contract law, criminal law, this law. Guy, I rather go and solve all those complex, calculus questions or even Laplace. Then I have to go and read those. Those are very. I can't even do it at all. So and we all in our own ways solve problems, right? And I chose the mathematical and analytical part of things, and that's why I believe field of data analytics. All right. So Victoria, are you with us? You have gone and sleep. Victoria has gone to sleep. Oh, that's it. She's not here.
No, I am. I am. I am here.
Okay. All right then. So this will be the last topic for today, which is the anatomy of an insight. So I've been trying to explain how important an insight is, but how do we even identify what an insight looks like? So that's what we're going to trash here. But before we go, let's understand a concept called business intelligence. And don't let all this big grammar disturb you. Like I said, people will just come and give you big grammar and say, come and collect big money from you. And it's not true. These things are very simple to understand. So BI or business intelligence refers to the procedural and technical infrastructure that collects, stores, and analyzes data produced by a company activity. In other words, it's the same thing as data analytics, just applied to business. So it is all this procedural. Procedural means it's a process. There's a procedure. Technical infrastructure means the tools that will be used to collect data, such as Power BI, Excel, SQL. When you collect it, then you store it, and then you analyze, and that's all. That's why you still analyze data. But in this case, it is produced by a company's activity. So it's a business data. So looking at marketing, sales, operations, staffing, and the like. So it's a business kind of a thing. So when you analyze data, you now know how to give your recommendation in very clear terms to solve problems, all right, in data. So business intelligence is all about extracting insights. I mean, your job has to be collecting insights. They go and be teaching it, and then when they get the insights, everybody gets happy, everybody makes more money, and you make more money, and you buy your Benz, you buy your mansion in Banana Island, and the rest. But then your insights should contain what happened, why it happened, and how we should react. So what really happened? Why did it happen? And how should we react at the end of the day? Let's say an example. You are a sales analyst in whatever place, maybe in a retail store, and then you said to your manager, "This week we sold 80 units of product X," and then you stop there. Or let's say you sold 80 units of cheese ball, and you stop there. They'll be like, and you look at them, they'll look at you, you look at them, they'll look at you. and they'll tell you, I don't tell them, that's all. They can easily sack you at that spot. So like, no, you are sacked. Get the hell out of our company. Why? Because this particular is a very bad insight because it kind of explain what has happened, but does not put the data into meaningful context. It does not explain what actually drove the sale. Why did we sell 80 units? Why did we not sell 100? In fact, why did we not sell 50 or 70? Why did we sell 80? What happened? We don't know. Does not explain what drove the sale and does not offer any recommendation or plan of action. Next example. This week, we sold 80 cheese balls of, we sold 80 units of cheese balls. We had 5% increase in our sales, but our spend increased 20% over the same period. Well, this is not too good, so it's fair because it explains what happened, but then it provides some context in terms of weekly change, which means we made 5% more sales than last week. But if you check about it, we spent 20% more on our marketing budget, which is not cool, but at least we have that thrashed out. But there is no still explanation on why we sold 80 or why we had to have 5% or 20%, right? And of course, there's no recommendation or plan of action to optimize the problem. The next example, this week, we sold 80 units of product X, 5%, while spend increased 20% over the same period. New advertisement placements drove the incremental sales, but at a cost of $50 per sale versus our benchmark of $15. Now we have given a reason why we made 80 units. The advertisement that we did made us make more sales, 80%, but we spent more money. We have budgeted $50 per each marketing spend, and we are spending $50, which is 20% more, but then we didn't even make much, which is very bad. So it's a good one, but it has not still told us what to do. So it has explained what happened. It has given some insights on the context on the terms of weekly change and spend. It explains why we add more money and why we spend more. But there's no, what should we do? Okay, fine. What should we do? It's not there. So that's what the last one we have, which is the last example. So the last example, there's a recommendation. Because we spent more and we only made less, 5% is not really much, let us pause the advertisement placement and allocate our budget towards more efficient channels, which means whatever investments we had made on that particular advertisement did not work very well. So let us put money in the ones that are working. Just like how I gave an example in marketing efficiency, trying to know which of your marketing channels work best. This is an example. So if Twitter no work very well, put money for LinkedIn. If LinkedIn works very well, so you must have done everything simultaneously and you must have known what are not working at all. So man, you have seen that this particular investment did not work well because you didn't get as much as we wanted. So this data analysis has given us an insight that we should not put money there again because it's not working, and let's put money in better and efficient channels, which will actually help the business prosper, which is a very good one. So it explains what happened. It provides context in terms of weekly change and comparison against spend. It explains that new advertisement drove the incremental spend and the sales at a high cost compared to the spend. And then it now offers a clear, actionable, and data-driven recommendation for us, which is good. So in summary, a strong insight tells a clear story addressing the what, the why, and the how. It is supported by hard data, not by guts or feelings. It provides meaningful context behind key data points. It delivers clear and actionable recommendation. It drives real and measurable improvement to our business. And at the end of the day, we make money. Abina, so who's there with me? Who's there? Faith, are you there with me?
I'm here.
Okay, thank you, Benos.
I'm here, sir.
All right.
Yeah, too.
Right, so this is the end of today's class. We don't want to put too much in our head. Today is Sunday. We have to rest. We have to. So any questions? And Victoria, you have a question, Abby?
No,
Are
at
you?
all.
But
No,
you had the question now.
no,
Are you
no.
sure? Are you shy?
No, I am fine. I am okay.
All right. Is Shama still with us? Let me check. Shama Tilo. Shama is not here again. Even though, sir, yeah, what's up?
Okay, so I wanted to I don't know, that's the anatomy of an insight where you had to talk on the business intelligence. I don't know. I didn't get a grasp of
Of
what
what?
your thoughts were on the business intelligence side. I didn't get what you were
Like
trying to
the definition?
Yeah, yes, exactly. Just
Yeah, no. Like I said it's the same thing as the definition of data analytics. It's just that you are applying it to business. You get? Remember that I said that after this training, don't call yourself data analyst. It's better you call yourself business intelligence consultant or sales analyst or anything analyst. You understand? What that means is you are applying data analysis to that particular thing. So if you're a financial analyst, you are applying data analytics to finance data. If you are a sales analyst, you are applying data analytics to sales data. If you are an inventory analyst, that means you have inventory data from your warehouse that you are analyzing. If you are a process analyst, that means you have process data from the oil and gas field that you are. So my point is, as a business intelligence consultant, you are applying your skills to solve business problems. Is that fine?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
I mean, you're welcome. So yeah, so that was today's class, guys. I hope I didn't say too much nonsense. It was all I like to say, nonsense, So hope it was fine, Hope it was okay.
Yeah, it was very, very value packed.
Yeah,
I
thank you
must
very
confess
much.
that I've never been this excited or interested in data analytics as a field. Like today's lecture has simplified a lot of things, a lot of questions I had in my mind, and I'm really grateful for that. And then
You're
your
welcome.
manner of approach, manner of teaching is just wonderful.
Thank you very much, Benos. I appreciate the feedback. Even though I was today's class. Yeah, Victoria.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
Oh, okay. So it was amazing. I've always been seeing testimonies, but today I've experienced it firsthand. So I must say it was an amazing one.
Thank you very much. Victoria, this is what you guys paid me for.
Yeah, I mean, it's been very interesting. Like the way you teach, like, right, the examples and everything, it's been very interesting, and I mean, it's easy to learn, to grasp, right? Yeah, well done. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, guys. So ideally, I kind of learned this particular skills in diverse places to understand exactly what we have to do as data analysts. And when I figured out that, I realized that to be a data analyst, you don't even need to even spend 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. All you need to do is understand the basics very well. And when you do, the tools will not give you any issue. You can learn a tool in 1 week, 1 day, say if you have learned Power BI, right? But the cocoa is that you are solving problems. I mean, you need to know that you are solving problems. So if you don't solve the problems, you are not a data analyst, or as the case may be, data sales analyst, financial analyst. It's very important that we solve. IBK, how about you now? How was this class?
The class was beautiful. I really enjoyed this. I've always had expectations. I've always been curious to know what's behind the data analysis course, and lately, listening to everything you said today, I know it's going to be a very interesting one for me. So I really enjoyed myself today. Thanks. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. Shama, you're going off and on. What's up? Shama.
Yeah, I don't know why it logged me out earlier. I don't know why I was logged out.
Doesn't want to be data analyst, have you? All right. So I know you missed some parts of the beginning, so you can just watch the recording when you're ready, okay?
All right, sir.
Yeah, Omotayo, how was today's class? Okay, Omotayo is not available. I'd have to ask Faith anyway. Faith wants to do double distance. Faith was in our last training. I want to come and do. Abi Faith.
Very well, sir.
Faith was part of the testimony of last class, and she's coming to join us again. Which is that's the beauty about Octave Corporations. Once you pass through our training once, you can come over and over again. That's I mean, the money you pay is a lifetime entry to our resources. So whatever resources you get from us, the videos, everything will be given to you forever and ever. In fact, I will not lie to you. You can even share it to other people. I mean, I don't really care, right? Because my mission is not really to make money like I tell people. It's actually impact as much as possible. A matter of fact, the reason why we charge for our trainings nowadays is because we need the money to fund other activities. Once our other products such as Melody AI and the rest have good standing and we might likely make it totally free. You understand? It's just a way of picking off some things, because I believe that you don't need to have investors, right? You can just use your side hustles to invest in your business, and then from there you build little by little. There's a Japanese culture called Kaizen, doing my building, in small steps, which is quite beautiful. So it requires lots of patience and consistency, but then you have to be really good at what you do. And that's why in Octave, we have this standard where we have to have the best of the best in the company, so that we continue to dish out the best of the best. So that anybody that passes through Octave will not just be the same person the way before. It will be glaring from their way of life and the way they approach matters. All right, guys. So thank you very much for coming for today's class. We meet on Friday by 6 p.m., where we are going to finish the rest of the introduction. And then on Saturday, we're going to Excel. Hope that's fine.
Yes, that's very fine.
All right, then I will
Very,
get
very fun.
I will get the recordings ready before the end of today, so that you guys can, in case you want to recap, I'll stop it now.